The night the town turned fogless, 2017, Bergen, Norway. They say Bergen wears fog the way some people wear a favourite coat. Comfortably, constantly, almost possessively. But on one strange winter night in 2017, that coat vanished and the entire town felt suddenly, impossibly exposed. It began just before midnight, when the temperature dropped, the humidity spiked, and every meteorologist predicted the densest fog of the season. People went to bed expecting the usual pale blanket over their windows by morning. But anyone who stepped outside, whether to take out the trash, walk the dog, or simply breathe in the cold night air, froze in place. The fog wasn't there. The air was crystal clear, sharp, and strangely weightless. Buildings stood crisp against the sky, streetlights glowed without halos. Even the distant mountains, normally swallowed in haze, appeared with perfect clarity as if carved from glass. And at first people celebrated. Finally, someone shouted from a balcony overlooking the harbour, "A clear night in Bergen!" Doors opened, laughter echoed, and a few took photos to prove it was real. But the longer they stood there, the more they noticed something was wrong, because this wasn't just a clear night, it was unnaturally clear. Not a wisp of moisture, no drift of condensation on breath, no haze rising from the fjord. It was as if the very concept of fog had been erased. Then came the first report. Fishermen at the docks claimed the water looked too smooth, like it wasn't reflecting light but swallowing it. A woman walking her dog noticed her footsteps echoed strangely, as though the air carried sound unnaturally far. A taxi driver swore the headlights of his car behaved differently, sharper, too bright, almost intrusive. By 1 in the morning, dozens of residents were gathered at the waterfront, whispering, pointing, trying to understand the impossible. Several described a sensation like static in the air, a faint tingling that danced across their skin. A few said they felt watched, though they couldn't explain by what. Scientists later reviewed every instrument, every satellite reading, every atmospheric model. Everything indicated fog, heavy fog, should have been present. Conditions were perfect, unavoidable, guaranteed. Yet the fog never came. And then, just as suddenly as it vanished, the anomaly ended. At 3:12 a.m, a thin mist began forming over the town. By 3:14, it thickened. By 3:20, Bergen was wrapped once again in its familiar grey shroud, as if the night had corrected itself. Residents remember it now as a moment when the world felt too clear, too open, as though something had lifted the veil for just a few hours, letting humanity glimpse a reality not meant to be seen. If you enjoyed this mystery, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow.